In this video, I'm attempting to get to Master Ball rank in 24 hours with no Switch, no money, no Pokemon Home, and no VGC experience. Just my Samsung Galaxy. Let's see how it goes. I'm tempted to leave Baby Palafin in again and just CC the Gambit like in the last game, but I think I'm just going to set up and switch it out because with Veil up, Palafin is really good in the end game. We outplayed him to get that Veil up, so we have to make the most of it. I'm going to switch in Raichu. I don't think he'll EQ. I think he'll go for the Dragon move, and I think he'll protect the Gambit or switch. Let's see. He does switch the Gambit into the Zard. Okay. Is Garchomp going to EQ then? I don't mind if he does. Okay, he just Dragon Claws. Damn, that's a lot of damage, even with the Veil up. That's some big damage. Oh, he's Life Orb, that's why. Okay. But we are going to get the Citrus, and we are going to get the Omni Boost. And at +1 special attack, we should definitely knock out that Chomp. I'm going to try and Zap Cannon the Yard, but I think it will protect. I don't think he'll just leave it hanging, let it get dropped. But let's see, he might. This guy is also on the verge of Master rank, so I do expect him to protect. I think he's in a tough spot here because he has the Gambit in the back with the Sucker Punch pressure, but we have the secret tech to deal with that, guys, so let's see what happens. I'm not too worried about the Zard. Let's see, I'm pretty sure the Garchomp dies. If the Garchomp doesn't die, then I think we're cooked, but let's see. Yeah, the Zard does protect. Does the Garchomp die to a +1 Clanging Scales? It really should. If it doesn't, then Kommo-o needs to put the fries in the bag, but it does. Nice. Okay, we're in good shape, guys. I don't think that crit mattered. We're in good shape. He's going to go to Gambit, I think, and try and get the Sucker. We do get the defense drop. I feel like that kind of invites the Sucker even more, which is why this tech is so funny, guys. Okay, he goes to Sneasler, but this tech is also going to catch that Sneasler. He's going to try and fake out the Raichu, but we're going to hit him with the Upper Goob. I'm telling you guys, these VGC players, they don't know about the Upper Goob. I never see them use it. And then we're going to knock out the Yard with the Zap. I think his plan is to fake out the Raichu and then let the Charizard and Gambit clean up. His plan's not going to work though, guys. Nice little flinch and then knock out the Zard with Zap Cannon. The Gambit's going to come in, but we have the Upper Goob. I think he'll try and Sucker with the Gambit to try and pick off the Kommo-o, but it's not going to work, guys. If he doesn't Sucker, that's a good play, but let's see. He might predict the Upper Goob. Let's have a look. I'm going to go for it on the Gambit, and I'm going to Zap Cannon the Sneasler, because that is a guaranteed one-shot. Does he make the read? Let's see. I think he's going to get caught here, guys. I don't think he'll predict the second upper hand, but let's see. Oh, he does! Fair play. Okay. He makes the read, but the Sneasler is still going to get dropped. And the Gambit, okay, it might drop the Kommo-o, but we do have Palafin in the back, so we should be good. Let's see. Okay, he goes for Raichu, but because of the Veil we live. Guys, this Veil has been so clutch throughout the entire run. Still managed to cook all these Sun teams. Now we've got this guy in checkmate here with the upper hand and the focus miss. Let's see what he does. This win should be enough for Master rank. Okay, Champs has been downloaded. As you guys know, I'm a singles player, so I'm coming into this with limited VGC knowledge, you know? But let's see what it's about. Let's try and cook. Oh look, Talonflame's got the Upper Goob. Love to see that. I think Volk is the best here though. Maybe I'm biased as a singles player, but I feel like Volk is really good in every format. So I'm going to bring in the Volk. Only on trial though, because if it's actually trash in VGC, I'm going to release it into the wild. Okay, we get some trash here. Okay, we get Ninetales. Now we can work with that. We can work with that, guys. The Veil, you guys know I love to use that in singles. So we're going to bring that in permanently, because Ninetales can't be bad, I feel like, guys. I feel like Ninetales, you can never go wrong. Okay, so I'm using the default team I was given, except with Volcarona. I was given a Palafin, and I've given it the White Herb to restore the stats after close combat. I've given Hydreigon the Quick Claw, and I've given the Sylveon leftovers along with Calm Mind and Protect, and obviously Hyper Voice. So let's see how it goes. We are at the bottom of the ladder. I'm going to be taking you guys along with me step by step. Oh, he's a professor though. Okay, he's a professor, guys. He could actually be good. Let's see. But yeah, I'll be taking you guys along step by step from Pokeball tier, hopefully all the way up to Master Ball tier. And I don't have much time to film this either, so wherever I end up on the ladder, that's going to be the guide how to get to that point. Palafin might get cooked by the Raichu here, but I think I might Draco. I'm liking the odds, guys. I'm liking a Quick Claw Draco into the Raichu, and then possibly a CC into the Gambit. Yeah, I'm going to go for it, guys. I can feel a little Quick Claw activation coming on. Let's see. He does Mega. Okay, he might just go for Zap Cannon and cook us, but let's see. I feel like even if he knocks out the Palafin, we do at least knock out the Raichu with Draco. So let's see what he does. He does just fake out the Hydra. Okay, so we are going to pick up the Gambit with CC. Bro, the baby Palafin turn 1? He wasn't expecting the baby Palafin to be such a threat. Look at that, guys. Sometimes you don't have to switch out Palafin. The baby one can actually cook. In singles, Palafin is an absolute beast. I'm not sure about doubles. Maybe someone in the comments can let me know how good is Palafin considered in VGC. But yeah, he might be a bit shook already. Let's see what he goes to. He's having a think. Goes to... Okay, the Arch. Is he going to bring in the Pelly? Is he going to bring in the Pelly and go for Electro Shot? I think I'll just go for Draco again. Try and pick up the Raichu. And I will switch Palafin out now because I feel like I just want to get the Veil in. If he switches Raichu into Pelipper, then Palafin will switch after that because it's slower than Raichu and will end up getting the Veil up. He won't get the Rain, so let's see. Okay, he doesn't switch the Raichu. Let's see what he does. He'll probably just go for a Zap into the Palafin slot. He protects the Arch, okay. So I think we should pick up the Raichu here with Draco. Okay, he does paralyze the Ninetales, which could be annoying in the Weather War. Let's see if this KOs. It really should. Yeah, nice knockout on the Raichu. And I think he's definitely going to bring in the Pelly now. I'm going to switch Ninetales, even though it's paralyzed and might not do much. I feel like it's important to at least keep the option to change the weather, because otherwise he can just keep using Electro Shot. And I feel like there's going to be a lot of weather wars in this video, guys, so this could be a good guide on how to win the weather war, or maybe I'll lose them all. Let's see. I am just going to Dark Pulse onto the Arch. He does get a stamina boost from that, but I think it's more important to get damage. We need some damage on the Arch. I'll go to Sylveon because I don't want Palafin to eat at Electro Shot, which I expect him to go for. He might even Flash Cannon, but that would be a crazy play. I feel like he always Electro Shots here to get the +1 special attack. We launch the Dark Pulse. That does so much. That must be a crit. Yeah, nice little crit there. Okay, we take those. He does get the stamina. Oh, he has the Tailwind. That's kind of interesting. A fast Archaludon in the rain. He does flinch though. We get the agency flinch. Nice. I think we needed that, guys. I mean, this guy, this professor. Oh, he just forfeits. Wow, he's salty after that. Damn. And hopefully that's enough to take us to the next rank. Let's see. It doesn't show the elo like Showdown, which is kind of annoying, but yeah, we are going to get to Great Ball. I feel like there wasn't too much challenge in the Pokeball tier, guys. Even as a beginner, I feel like you're going to be able to get through that easily. We did bring in this Kommo-o earlier, and it had a nice moveset as well. A nice suggested moveset by the developers. The upper hand again, guys. The upper goob. Maybe they've been watching my videos. I did have to change the nature and the stats and the last move, and I had to change Volk as well, guys. I forgot to mention I've made it bold, max defense, max HP. And we are a bit low on VP, guys. It's a bit of a tight ration of VP. This is probably what it's going to be like if you're on mobile with no other resources. But it's okay because we're going to cook with what we've been given. And as we get more VP, as we win more battles, we're going to be able to upgrade our team. I'm going for a Gengar Volcarona lead. I could even Destiny Bond, predicting a dark move from the Gambit. It's tempting. But I think Shadow Ball is going to do a lot to the Sneasler. And I want to just set up with the Volk. Because I feel like, I don't know, he might fake out the Volk. But at +1, we threaten his whole team. And we are max defense. So if he tries to go for a Dire Claw. Oh, he just fake outs, okay. Can we get a Flame Body? Nah, no flame body, but this should do a heavy chunk. Okay, honestly, I thought it would at least get him into the red. Life Orb Gengar? Is Gengar washed? That's crazy. The Gambit, oh, it does just go for the dark move. So we could have actually gone for a Destiny Bond and knocked out the Gambit too. We do disable the Katal though, which is good. And this does allow us to bring in the Ninetales and get the Veil up. Sneasler does have that Dire Claw, which is a big threat. But we are max HP, and we do have the Snow defense boost, so we should live that. And I want to get up a QD with Volk, because I feel like it pressures his whole team so much. That Gambit should switch here, or protect, fearing a fire type attack. So I don't think he ever Iron Heads into the Ninetales, or doubles up into that slot. But let's see. Yeah, he does switch out the Gambits into the Chomp, okay? He does launch a Dire Claw. That does do a lot, but we do get the Veil up. And now with the +1 on Volk, we're actually in a good spot, guys. I think that Garchomp will probably have Rock Slide, so we do need to watch out a bit. But the Volk, like I said, is max defense. And of course, we can throw off a Blizzard to threaten that Garchomp. I think we outspeed the Sneasler after +1, but let's see. Maybe we don't. If we don't, we could be in trouble here. But I'm going to go for that play regardless, because even if Ninetales drops, we can bring in the threat in the back. But let's see how much this does. Okay, the Dire Claw does go first, which is a bit annoying. Maybe the play is to give Volk enough speed EVs to outspeed Sneasler at +1. I might change that, guys. Because if we outsped there, we'd be in such a good position. We knock out the Sneasler and we knock out the Garchomp with Blizzard. But now, we're actually in a tough spot. Okay, we do get the burn though. And he throws off, oh, he does throw off the Rock Slide, single target. But because of the Veil, we are able to live it quite comfortably. And that burn is going to be useful, I think. Because he has the Dragon move maybe for the Kommo-o. And that will allow us to set up more safely. He does have the Zard, okay. I think Kommo-o actually is looking really good to sweep in the endgame here, guys. +1 Clanging Scales will knock out the Chomp, and it should do a heavy chunk to that Zard as well. He's going to Mega and throw off a fire move, I expect. I'm going to protect with Volk, because if that goes down too early, maybe to a Rock Slide plus a Heat Wave, it's good to conserve when you can, guys. That's true in both doubles and singles. Especially here, because as long as we have 2 Pokemon, his spread damage is going to be reduced, and that's looking really good for Kommo-o. I honestly don't see how we can touch Kommo-o at this point. With that burn Garchomp, let's see, we get the Protect. I expect maybe a Dragon move. Oh, okay, he just launches a Rock Slide. Hopefully no flinch on the Kommo-o, that would be annoying. I think the Yard will just Heat Wave. Let's see. He does launch one. That's going to do nothing to Kommo-o, so I think we're safe here, guys. That does a decent little chunk, actually, but still not that much. We do flinch, okay, that's a bit annoying. But I think we're still in good shape. We have to be careful, because we're going to get low. We do have the Citrus, luckily, so I think we'll be okay. It would have been really good if we could have got off that Clangorous there. I feel like we just won the game on the spot. But that flinch does make it difficult. So we launched the Heat Wave. That actually does quite a bit to both of them. And we do dodge the Rock Slide. I've given Volk the Bright Powder, guys, so we are going to dodge a few moves. Bright Powder plus Rage Powder is such a troll combination, guys, because we can just lure their attacks. And we dodge the Heat Wave as well. We can lure their attacks towards us and then dodge them, which is hilarious. Oh, we do get burned, though. That's a bit annoying. But we do get the Citrus, and I think we're going to be in good shape. Bro, the double flinch? Are we serious right now, guys? Is this how it is in VGC? They just go for Rock Slide and flinch you. Bro, I don't like that, guys. I think we actually might be cooked now, especially with that burn as well. I'll try and set up again. Hopefully we get it this time, guys. Otherwise, we really are cooked. Although, do we even have the HP to do that? I think it's going to be close, actually. Let's see. We are going to connect, knock out the Chomp. And hopefully we still have enough HP to set up after this heat wave. Let's have a look. Oh, he goes for a weather ball. Okay, so he wants more damage on the Volk. We do live. Maybe he realizes that Kommo-o isn't as much of a threat now, because we are on a timer with that burn and we don't have much HP. Let's see what he brought as his last guy. We're in a bit of trouble, guys. Whatever he has. Okay, it is Gambit, so I think with the upper goob, we can actually win. He's going to try and sucker the Volk, I think. So we'll upper hand onto the Gambit. If you guys don't know, upper hand is a priority move that counters other priority moves. So we're going to catch the sucker punch and make him flinch to protect the Volcarona and throw off a heat wave, which should win us the game here, guys. Okay, he does have the Chopple, so it's actually not going to do much, even though it's 4 times effective. We do get the flinch though, and Volk is going to be able to... Oh, hell no. Bro, the Zard dodges it? That's literally the worst case scenario, guys. Even the Gambit dodging it would be fine, because we could just upper hand to protect the Volk on the next turn. Bro, that's some BS. I might quit VGC, guys. I might quit. No way we just lost that game. If we hadn't flinched or missed, we would have had that locked up ages ago. Bro, this is how they're moving in VGC? Nah, bro, I might have to quit. I might have to go back to singles, go back to OU. This is going to be a long road. Holy f... Okay, so I've brought in Mega Raichu X in place of Gengar, because guys, I've heard that apparently with the terrain up, which we get when we Mega Evolve, the rising voltage is actually stronger than Zap Cannon from Mega Raichu Y. So I kind of want to try that. I've also got Nasty Plot. I don't know if we're going to have a chance to set it up in this format, but the goal is to fire off some +2 rising voltage in terrain, which we're not going to be able to do here because he has his own Raichu with the lightning rod. I actually expect him to fake out Kommo-o, so I'm going to switch into Ninetales and try and get the Veil up early. I want to get it up early. Obviously any electric type moves are going to be directed into Raichu and give it the +1 in special attack. So I'm just going to try and set up with Nasty Plot. It might be a bit ambitious, but let's see. As you guys saw, I don't have fake out on this. I have the double upper hand, which I think is cool because if we're setting up and then they try and fake us out, we can just block it. But let's see. Hopefully he fakes out into that slot like I expect. If he fakes out the Raichu, it's going to be a bit annoying. But let's see. He does fake out the Raichu. Okay, so that Goodra does have a free turn. And he goes for the Shelter. What is that? I don't even know what that move is, guys. Oh, okay, it's just basically Iron Defense. Interesting. So he's going for a sweep with Goodra. I'm going to get the Veil up. I could Encore him, but I think I'll just get the Veil up first and go for Nasty Plots. Encore is so clutch. I feel like a lot of people don't expect it on Ninetales. It's very common in singles, but I don't think it is in doubles because I've caught a couple of people out with it. I think it's going to be clutch here too because the Goodra, I imagine, will try and boost again. But let's see. So we get the +2. Even though we can't use electric moves yet, that is still going to be a threat with the Dazzling Gleam. We get the Veil up. He goes for Eerie Impulse. We absorb it with Lightning Rod, but I still don't even know what that move is, guys. Oh, he does have the Iron Head. Luckily we live. I think if he had Flash Cannon, we would have been cooked there, but because of the Snow Defense boost, we live the Iron Head. And I'm going to switch Ninetales out to preserve it. I'll go to Kommo-o. I'm not sure if that Goodra has a Dragon move, but I think even if it does, I think we should be in good shape. And with Raichu, I'm just going to fire off a Dazzling Gleam. There's not much else to do here, guys. I can't Mega just yet. Not gonna lie, guys, I think the Y version would have been better here because we could just launch a Focus Blast into Goodra and guaranteed hits. But obviously the X version doesn't have the No Guard, so we're not gonna do that. We're just gonna Dazzle. Yeah, I didn't see the point in putting Focus Miss on this one, guys, because without the No Guard, it's definitely going to live up to its reputation. But let's see what he does. Oh, he switches the Goodra out. Interesting. Maybe he feared the Encore. He goes to the teacup. I'm just going to Dazzle. Let's see how much it does. A decent chunk. Not too much. Honestly, I thought it might have done a bit more. He does Encore with his Raichu. So we're locked in. I'm not really sure what he expected there. Maybe another nasty plot. I guess that's fair enough. I'm just going to try and set up with Kommo-o because at +1 we do outspeed that Raichu. So we're not going to get Encored. And with Raichu I'm just going to stay in and keep dazzling. No need to switch. Just keep the pressure on. And we could even get a knockout maybe on the Raichu, but he does switch it. He goes to this guy, the Dragalge. This is really kind of trash in singles, guys, but I think it might be good here because it has the Mega. But will it even live this attack? Will it live the +1 clanging scales from the Kommo-o? Let's see. I doubt it. Oh, he actually might now because he has the Life Dew. That's kind of interesting. Is that a common move on Teacup in doubles? I guess it is. I'll just launch one. Hopefully we do at least some big damage. With this and the Dazzle, I feel like that combination could knock him out, but let's see. If it doesn't, then I'm going to have to submit my apology form to the Dragalge, but let's see. He's having a think. He does Mega, okay, but is that going to be enough to allow him to live the Clangorous Soul, Clanging Scales rather, and the Dazzle? Let's see. So we launched that, it does knock out the Teacup, and it gets him to 31. Yeah, I think he's cooked here, guys. No way he lives +2 Dazzle, single target from 31. And I think that should be game. Oh, he does live! Bro, he lives on 1. That's crazy, and he launches the Draco. Okay. Maybe I was wrong. Okay, maybe I wasn't wrong. Maybe I wasn't wrong, guys, about the Dragalge, because we live the Draco, which is crazy. So it's really bulky, but it's lacking the power. I wouldn't recommend that, guys. I wouldn't recommend Mega Dragalge. I think there's much better options for the Mega slots. I think he might be cooked now. Let's see what he does. Because we lived that Draco, I think he's now in a really bad spot. If we had died there, I think he would have a chance. He goes back to Raichu. We could upper hand here. I'm going to do that, guys. I'm going to upper hand here to protect from the fake out. And I'm going to go for Dazzle with the Raichu to get the double knockout. Let's see if it works. This tech is something I love in singles, guys. I feel like in VGC, it could actually be just as good because there's so much fake out. We need to be at +1 to outspeed all these fast fake out users. But if we can get that, then it's really good to just guard against them and allow the Raichu or someone else next to Kommo-o to just set up and sweep without being interrupted. Like, so many people's game plan relies on getting off a fake out, and I think that's a really good defense against it. Our Encore is over, so maybe now we can Mega. Now that his Raichu is gone, we can Mega and launch a +2 terrain boosted rising voltage. Let's see how much it does to the Goodra. I'm kind of curious, guys. I know Goodra has massive SPDF, but I think with this level of power, like I said, guys, it's actually stronger than Mega Raichu Y, even though Mega Raichu X has a lower special attack. With the terrain and the boost that rising voltage gets from that, it's actually stronger than Zap Cannon. So let's see this damage. Let's see what this hype is all about. We get the Mega, we get the terrain. I like the design of Raichu X. I feel like it's better as well than Raichu Y. The only thing is it does have lower speed, which might not be good as we climb up to the higher ranks. So the Dragalge goes down. And let's see if the +2 rising voltage can knock out this Goodra. Oh, it lives on 1! Bro, this guy's team is specially trained to live every attack. He's got like an invisible focus sash on every single one of his guys. But the body press doesn't knock us out. Oh, that's what he was going for. He was going for the shelter plus body press. I feel like that would be better in singles, guys. I don't think that's really a doubles kind of technique. But let's just knock this guy out and wrap up the game. We are seriously climbing now, guys. We've got some momentum after that devastating loss. And with this win, we should enter the Ultra Ball rank because we were right next to it. We were literally a smidgen away from Ultra Ball after we won the last game. We're going to have to raise our level now, guys, because we've been making some good plays, but also some not so good plays. And some of our leads, I feel like, could be better. We haven't been leading that well. So let's lock in. I'm glad that we made it to Ultra Ball. That's not too shabby, but I feel like we can climb even higher, guys. I'm going to try and get some new Pokemon for my team, though. Let's have a look. Let's see if we can get something good. Not some trash. Okay, we see the Teacup, which is decent, but I don't really like Teacup, guys. I mean, it's probably good, but it's not really my style. I like the look of that crab on the end. Maybe if we get some Trick Room users, we can cook with that. I think the rest of these are not that good in VGC, so I'm going to go with the crab. I'm going to get it on trial though, because I don't even have any Trick Room Pokemon right now. Okay, we see a gold. That's good, guys. We know how good gold is in singles. I'm going to get that on permanent because I'm aware that it's been nerfed with the Make It Rain, but I think it's still going to be Shice, so I'm going to get that. Let's see if we can get anything else that's good in this lineup. Come on, let's see something good. I don't want to see another Victreebel, guys. Come on. Okay, Venusaur's not bad. Oh, a Staraptor, though. I definitely want to get that, guys, because we can get the Mega Stone and try the new +1 defenses, close combat. I definitely want to use that at some point, guys. I'm going to get the Mega Stone instantly. I don't have much VP, as you can see, but this is definitely worth the investment. Need to cook with this ASAP. Okay, guys, now that I'm in Ultra Ball, I've swapped out the Mega Raichu X for the Raichu Y, because even though that idea is cool, I think a standard Raichu Y is actually going to work better on this team. I've given it Fake Out, Zap Cannon, Focus Miss, and Protect, which I think is a standard moveset. But I feel like we're not going to get the opportunity to set up Nasty Plot too much in the Ultra Ball tier, guys. But let's see, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe we play this and decide that it would actually be better to have Nasty Plot. So he has the Fake Out Weavile. I'm going to Fake Out the Weavile to block it. We are going to be faster with the Mega. That's the other good thing with Raichu Y, guys. It hits so many speed tiers that Raichu X doesn't hit. Namely, Sneasler and Weavile. So we can block the Fake Out. Upper Hand here would actually be so cool. It might actually knock out the Weavile, but we don't have that on this set. But we're in a good spot here, guys. We're going to get the Veil up. Oh, he has the Mega Glim. Interesting. I've never seen that before. I like the design, but is it good in battle? Is it going to cook? I believe it has adaptability, so the Ninetales could actually be in trouble here. I think we outspeed. Yeah, we do outspeed. We're going to get the Veil up. Hopefully that means we live any attack. But I could be wrong, guys. Mega Glim? Okay, he goes for Earth Power, so he's not going to get the adaptability boost on that. But it still does a load of damage to the Raichu and gets the Spadef drop. I do think it's better to save the Fake Out for later. It is tempting to Zap Cannon that Mega Glim, but maybe we can do that later anyway. Oh, he does withdraw that. Okay. Oh, if we did Zap Cannon into that slot, we would have caught the Zard. But to be honest, Zard with no Mega is not really a threat, I don't think, so I'm not too mad about that. We get some good shit with Blizzard. I think now the play is to Calm Mind. Oh, we get a freeze on the Zard too. Nice. I'm not sure if his Whimsicott has Encore, but I think I'm just going to set up and see. Let's have a look. I'm going to Blizzard, so he might just die anyway before he can Encore, unless he protects with the Whimsicott. I don't think he will though. I think now that he's got the Tailwind, oh he does, okay. I thought he might have let that die and then get in a big threat under Tailwind. But we do get the Blizzard onto the Zard and we are going to Calm Mind. Let's see if he has Encore. If he does, I think he'll definitely go for it on the Sylveon. If he doesn't though, I think we just win because we knocked out the Weavile, which was his only physical attacker. So now we're looking really good against the rest of his team. Even though that Mega Glim has adaptability, I doubt it's going to be doing much to a +1 Sylveon under Veil. As you can see guys, I have the Psych Up. I've added that move in because I feel like if I can get a boost with Kommo-o and then copy it with Sylveon, that could be a really cool tech. Let's see if we can pull that off in a later game. He goes for Moonblast into the Sylveon. That's going to do nothing. Yeah, look at that guys. That's almost just going to get recovered back by lefties. The Zard stays frozen. And I think he's definitely cooked. Even the Mega Glim doesn't have the power to get any knockouts with the Veil Up and the +1. Hyper Voice picks up the Zard. I'm curious to see how much an adaptability Sludge Bomb or Sludge Wave is going to do to my Sylveon. But I think unless he gets like a double crit Sludge Wave, if he does get that, then I might just quit for good guys. If he gets a double crit Sludge Wave and then lives my Raichu's attack and knocks us out, it's time to pack it up. But let's see. We're going to launch a Hyper Voice. And I'm going to Snowscape again because I feel like Blizzard will miss outside the snow. So we'll get that back up. He does have Sludge Bomb and it does just knock us out through the Veil. Damn, that is some serious power. Mega Glim might be an interesting option in future games if I can pull a Glimmora in the lineup. But we are going to win this one guys because we have the Fake Out and his Tailwind does expire, so the Raichu and even the Kommo-o, if we wanted to, could clean this one up. I think I will just do that. I'll clean it up with the Kommo-o. I'll Clanging Scales and just Hyper Voiced again. No need to set up here. Just get the knockout. Let's see how much his Sludge Bomb does to Sylveon. I feel like it's going to do a clean 40% or 30%. Let's have a look. I'm saying 30 to 40. Oh, that's more like 50 to be fair. That is some serious power. The Clanging does not quite get the knockout, but Hyper Voice are going to pick this guy up, and that is the game. We are getting quite close to the middle of Ultra Ball, so I want to keep pushing. Hopefully we can make it to Master Ball. This Veil team is looking really strong guys. If I get to Master Ball, I'm going to share the paste so you guys can try it out as well. I'm not sure how common Veil is. I haven't hardly ran into any other Veils. I saw one guy with 9-tails back in the Great Ball tier. But apart from that, I have not seen it. Okay, we see the Mega Staraptor. Or maybe it's Mega Kangaskhan and then a normal Staraptor. He has the Palafin as well, a fellow Palafin enjoyer. I feel like his team is very physical based. He only has the Teacup as a special attacker. Which is kind of surprising with the amount of Incineroar going around. I mean, my team's kind of the opposite, guys. I've only really got Palafin on the physical side. We have the upper hand, of course, which is physical, but that's mainly just a support move. He leads with Raptor and Palafin. Okay, I don't mind that lead. Raichu is looking really good here. I'm going to Fake Out into the Staraptor, I think. And I'm going to just get the Veil up. I expect the Palafin to switch. I don't think he ever stays in. I could even Zap Cannon, to be honest. It's tempting to just Zap Cannon. Obviously, it's looking so strong here. We'll get the Veil up, and I think I actually will Zap Cannon into the Staraptor, because if that's Mega, it's just going to get cooked instantly. This is a really good lead, guys. I don't think he can get out of this situation without losing at least one Mon. But let's have a look. Okay, switches Palafin as expected. Into the Scizor. Let's see what the Staraptor does. Maybe a Protect. The Bullet Punch is going to threaten Ninetales, but that's fine. We can just switch out on the next turn. He does U-turn. Is that a Scarf Staraptor? It must be. I wonder why he's using that instead of the Mega version. I feel like the Mega just outclasses it, especially in VGC. But let's have a look. He goes to Kangaskhan. This must be the Mega then. But we are going to catch it with the Zap Cannon. Get the 100% paralysis. And I think he's cooked, guys. Honestly, he's lost a lot of momentum here. His Mega is crippled because the Staraptor is Scarf. So we're in a good spot. I'm going to switch. It's tempting to go to Volk, but I think I'm just going to go to Kommo-o and get the Clangorous Soul up. Because we need some upper hand support maybe, in case that Bullet Punch gets a crit or something. I'll Zap Cannon again into the Kangaskhan. He might fake out the Raichu. I wonder how much fake out from Mega Kangaskhan does to Raichu. Probably over half, guys. Which is kind of crazy to think about. Oh, Sizzle's actually the Mega. That's kind of interesting. I do feel like that's probably the worst Mega option on his team. He could have had Mega Staraptor or Mega Kangaskhan. He's gone for the Mega Sizzle. Am I going to have to sign the apology form to Mega Sizzle? I don't think so, guys. I think it is just bad, even though he does pick out the knockout on Raichu there. Kommo-o is looking so good here. I think with the upper hand support, we could definitely clean up this game with Kommo-o and Volk. He doesn't have any way to defend against Heat Wave. I feel like once we get to +1, he's completely cooked. I'm going to set up with both. No reason not to. We don't need to attack here. We've got the Veil up, so his attacks aren't going to be doing too much. We've got 6 turns left. And in doubles, guys, the Veil, it feels like it's even longer because the battles are shorter. So the Veil is often up for like the whole battle. I could Heat Wave. I could just fire one off. There's not really any need to QD with Volk. Heat Wave should pick up the Kanga. He does protect with Sizzle. I think we could have QD'd there actually, but to be honest, I think Kommo-o just wins, guys, so it doesn't really matter. Let's see if Heat Wave can pick up the knockout. Hopefully it connects. It does. And we do get the knockout. Nice. So it's just that Staraptor in the back. I think I will just Rage Powder to redirect the Brave Bird and protect Kommo-o so it can continue the sweep. He gets the Intimidate, which is going to reduce the damage of Upper Goob. But we don't really need it here at the moment, guys. I'm going to Clanging. If we get too low, we might need it later versus that Sizzle. But I'm going to Rage Powder here. Redirect the Brave Bird. And let's see what he chooses to do. Hopefully no SD on the Sizzle. Okay, he switches out. Back to Palafin, that makes sense. And I guess he just Brave Birds into the Volk. Even though we're max defense, I think it will knock us out through the Veil. Oh, he final Gambits and he misses, damn. Bro, that's so funny. The Bright Powder Volk still coming in clutch in the Ultra Ball rank. We knock out the Palafin with a crit too. I don't think that mattered there. We have the upper hand to deal with the Jet Punch and he just forfeits. Okay. We're close to the top of Ultra Ball and we haven't even made that many changes to our team. Okay, another Sun team, guys. I'm going to try and deal with it in the same way that I dealt with that last one. The Ninetales lead with the Snowscape tech to catch the Zard off guard. And I'm going to lead Raichu as well for the fake out pressure and the potential Zap Cannon. Palafin also looks good. I definitely want Kommo-o in the back to deal with the Gambit and the Garchomp when we set up. The Sylveon could be a threat. I do want Palafin. It's kind of hard to choose. I feel like I want all 6. You know what I mean, guys? I feel like I just want to bring all 6 here. But I'm going to lock in with Palafin and Kommo-o. I think that's the right choice. Let's see how it goes. If he brings the Sylveon and knocks out the Palafin early, then we could be in trouble, guys. We could be in big trouble. But let's have a look. We are in rank 1 Ultra Ball now. So I think this win could push us to Master. If not, then one more after this definitely should. He leads with the Chomp and the Zard. So I am going to Snowscape, predicting his Mega. And I'm actually going to protect with Raichu because I don't want to take the rough skin damage. I do think he might protect the Zard. He might Mega and protect. So I don't want to take rough skin. I'm going to protect. Let's see what he does. Yeah, he does Mega, so we're going to catch him with the Snowscape, reset the weather, get the Hail back up, and then get the Veil up on the next turn, hopefully. If he double attacks though, we could be in trouble. I don't think he would though. Don't think he'd let the Zard take a potential Zap Cannon so early in the game. Yeah, he does protect, so we're going to get the Veil up here, guaranteed. We get the Snowscape off. I don't think that Chomp will be doing too much to Ninetales with EQ. The question is, do I want to leave Raichu in here, or do I switch? Let's see how much this... Oh, that EQ does do quite a bit. He's a Life Orb Garchomp, so even with the snow and the reduced damage from the spread, we still take pretty much half there. I'm going to get the Veil up, and I am going to switch into Palafin, even though it's a bit awkward to switch in the baby form. I think Raichu is so good into that Zard, and I don't expect that he'll just leave it hanging here. I think he should switch the Zard. He wants to reset the weather too. So I could even predict that switch and launch a Focus Blast or something, but I think it's better to switch to Palafin and just go from there. He's having a think. Okay, so we bring in Palafin. What does he do? Yeah, he does switch there. I think that's the right play. He goes to Gambit, okay. We get the Veil up, and the Chomp, I guess, is gonna not Earthquake then? I don't think he'd EQ his own Gambit. He just Iron Heads. So he is gonna have the Sun up for the rest of the game when he brings that Zard back in. With that in mind, Palafin obviously isn't going to be as effective. I think Kommo-o plus Raichu could actually just win though. I'm tempted to leave baby Palafin in again and just CC the Gambit like in the last game, but I think I'm just going to set up and switch it out, because if we don't get the knockout on Gambit, it's kind of just stranded here and it's not making the most of our Veil turns. With Veil up, Palafin is really good in the endgame. We outplayed him to get that Veil up, so we have to make the most of it. I'm going to switch in Raichu. I don't think he'll EQ. I think he'll go for the Dragon move, and I think he'll protect the Gambit or switch. Let's see. He does switch the Gambit into the Zard, okay. Is Garchomp going to EQ then? I don't mind if he does. Okay, he just Dragon Claws. Damn, that's a lot of damage, even with the Veil up. That's some big damage. Oh, he's Life Orb, that's why. Okay. But we are going to get the Citrus, and we are going to get the Omni Boost. And at +1 special attack, we should definitely knock out that Chomp. I'm going to try and Zap Cannon the Yard, but I think it will protect. I don't think he'll just leave it hanging, let it get dropped. But let's see, he might. This guy is also on the verge of Master Rank, so I do expect him to protect. I think he's in a tough spot here because he has the Gambit in the back with the Sucker Punch pressure, but we have the secret tech to deal with that, guys, so let's see what happens. I'm not too worried about the Zard. Let's see, I'm pretty sure the Garchomp dies. If the Garchomp doesn't die, we could be in a tough spot. I think Palafin still looks good though, even with the Sun. I think the Garchomp should die though. If it somehow lives +1 clanging, then I think we're cooked, but let's see. Yeah, the Zard does protect. Does the Garchomp die to a +1 clanging scales? It really should. If it doesn't, then Kommo-o needs to put the fries in the bag, but it does. Nice. Okay, we're in good shape, guys. I don't think that crit mattered. We're in good shape. He's going to go to Gambit, I think, and try and get the Sucker. He protects himself from the Zap. Bro, imagine if no guard went through Protect. We do get the defense drop. I feel like that kind of invites the Sucker even more, which is why this tech is so funny, guys. Okay, he goes to Sneasler, but this tech is also going to catch that Sneasler. He's going to try and fake out the Raichu, but we're going to hit him with the Upper Goob. I'm telling you guys, these VGC players, they don't know about the Upper Goob. I never see them use it. And then we're going to knock out the Yard with the Zap. I think his plan is to fake out the Raichu and then let the Charizard and Gambit clean up. His plan's not going to work though, guys. Nice little flinch and then knock out the Zard with Zap Cannon. The Gambit's going to come in, but we have the Upper Goob. I think he'll try and Sucker with the Gambit. to try and pick off the Kommo-o, but it's not going to work, guys. If he doesn't Sucker, that's a good play, but let's see. He might predict the upper goob. Let's have a look. I'm going to go for it on the Gambit, and I'm going to Zap Cannon the Sneasler because that is a guaranteed one shot. I wonder if Zap Cannon actually knocks out the Sneasler from full. I feel like even with no chip, Zap Cannon still has a high chance to just knock it out in one. I think he's going to get caught here, guys. I don't think he'll predict the second upper hand, but let's see. Oh, he does! Fair play. Okay. He makes the read, but the Sneasler is still going to get dropped. And the Gambit, okay, it might drop the Kommo-o, but we do have Palafin in the back, so we should be good. Let's see. Okay, he goes for Raichu, but because of the Veil we live. Guys, this Veil has been so clutch throughout the entire run. Ninetales is obviously weak to Charizard. Still managed to cook all these Sun teams. Now we've got this guy in checkmate here with the upper hand and the focus miss. Let's see what he does. Okay, he went for the Sucker. He chose to get cooked by the upper hand rather than focus blast. This win should be enough for master rank. Or maybe there'll be one more, like I said. Let's have a look. I think it could be enough though. We're kind of near. It's kind of hard to tell without knowing exactly what your elo is. Yeah, so it's not quite enough. I've seen bigger jumps than that though. It's kind of hard to tell. It would be better if you could actually see what your elo is. Okay, if we win here, we're definitely master rank. And his team is another weather team. Guys, there's so many weather teams on the ladder right now. That's why I think it's so important to have Snowscape on Ninetales. Maybe you could drop Encore for Protect, but I think Snowscape is actually undroppable. Volk looks decent here. Apart from that T-Tar Rock slide, I'm thinking about Volk. I think we have to lead Tails and Raichu. I'm liking that lead a lot. I think it's the most consistent lead. Definitely Kommo-o in the back. But to cover the Sylveon, I think our own Sylveon is the best option, guys. Let's lock it in. He does have his own screens with that Grimmsnarl, so it could be a tough match. If he gets both screens up and uses the sand to deny our Veil, that could be tough. But let's try and work around that. Okay, so he leads with screens and Sylveon. So we are going to get the Veil here. I'm going to fake out into Grimmsnarl to deny his own fake out or screens. And I'm just going to get the Veil up instantly. He could go to T-Tar. That would be an interesting play. Get the Sandstream up and deny my Veil. But I'm not sure he would do that on turn 1. Okay, we get the fake out. Oh, I actually meant to click onto Grimmsnarl. That's... okay, that's not too bad though. He just fakes out Raichu. And we still get the Veil up. So that's a good turn 1. I'm liking Zap Cannon here. I think we can actually Encore the Grimmsnarl. Lock it into fake out. Or maybe he wants to go for a screen. In which case we can just lock him into that. And I will just Mega and fire off a Zap Cannon into the Sylveon, because I think that's the biggest threat on his team actually. If we can paralyze it, then our Sylveon definitely has a big advantage. I'm interested to see how much Zap Cannon does to Sylveon as well. It should do over half, I think. Even though he does, okay, he does get a light screen up though, so it's going to do less than that for sure. Okay, it still does about half. I'm happy with that chip. The paralysis means that we always outspeed him with our Sylveon as well, so we're going to win the Calm Mind War. And we do lock him into light screen, forcing him to switch. That Hyper Voice does do a lot though, even through the Veil. The Raichu is definitely in danger. Maybe I switch it here. On the other hand, if I just Zap Cannon the Sylveon again, we're in such a good spot. So I think I'll just Blizzard and Zap Cannon again. I think the combination of Blizzard and Zap Cannon could actually knock out the Sylveon. Switching in my Sylveon is always an option to start setting up the Calm Mind and make the most of the Veil, but I think a double attack here is actually the best option. I think our Sylveon is definitely the win con. One thing you guys should be realizing from this is that Sylveon under Veil or screens is really powerful. Okay, he does withdraw the Grimmsnarl. Brings in the T-Tar, so our Blizzard might not even connect. That's a bit awkward. We do get a Zap Cannon off. Oh, it gets the knockout, a nice little crit. Okay. This Blizzard is not going to do much to T-Tar though. It is single target, but with the sand up, yeah. I think I'm going to Snowscape here to reset the weather because that Sandstorm is annoying. If we don't manage to knock out T-Tar, we are going to have to take a Rock Slide. I'm not sure Focus Miss even knocks out T-Tar. I'm going to go for it, but I'm not sure it will get the knockout. Let's have a look. Actually, I think I'd rather protect Raichu, because like I said before guys, if we lose both in one turn, we're in a much worse position. Even if we lose Ninetales here, having Raichu in alongside something that's more active and ready to sweep is going to look much better in the end game. So he does Mega. I'm glad we Snowscape. Look at this guys, we're going to catch him again, reset the weather. We've done that so many times. I actually didn't think Snowscape would be that good. It's really good in singles, but I wasn't sure how good it would be in VGC. It's actually one of the most clutch moves. I'm not sure if it's even common to run that on Ninetales, but the manual Snow is really clutch. So we protect from Rock Slide. Do we die here with Ninetales? We don't actually die. I wouldn't have minded if we did, because like I said, we'd have more active sweepers in. But we can just fire off a Blizzard, get some good chip on the Grimmsnarl, and try and knock out the T-Tar with Focus Miss. I think Focus Miss plus Blizzard should be enough to knock out this T-Tar. Let's see though. I would not be surprised if it lived. T-Tar has some ridiculous special bulk. He's having a think. He's in a bit of a tough spot. Maybe he knows we have Focus Miss, and he's trying to maybe save the T-Tar, switch it in, get the sand back up. He definitely wasn't expecting that Snowscape. Whatever plan he had definitely got thrown off by the Snowscape. So he does protect. Anticipating the Focus Blast. Let's see what the Grimmsnarl does. We get the Blizzard on the Grimmsnarl. Let's see how much that does. Hardly anything, okay. He does choose to go for Spirit Break and knock out the Raichu. Okay, that's a good play. So he protected to save the T-Tar and knocked out the Raichu. But we do have two very threatening sweepers here. I think Sylveon is the best option right now because Kommo-o is weak to that Spirit Break. So we can just Encore, lock the T-Tar into Protect, and just Hyper Voice with Sylveon. I did just say that Encore is the move that could be dropped, but it's actually been pretty clutch in this game, so I don't know guys. I don't know if Protect is better on Ninetales or if this is actually the optimal moveset. Someone let me know, what's the standard Alola Ninetales moveset in VGC? Okay, so we lock in T-Tar. Hyper Voice should do a decent chunk, but like I said, he has outrageous special bulk, so I think he's going to live it comfortably. Yeah, he lives it on 40. And he does Spirit Break. A little bit annoying. But I think... oh, that actually does quite a bit. I didn't think it would do that much. Is that Grimmsnarl attack invested? I'm not going to pull up the calc. If you guys don't know, you can actually calculate how much all these moves are going to do. You can check out the Pokemon Showdown damage calculator. I'm not sure, there might be a VGC version too. You can check that one out, but if you're in an important game and you want to know if you live a hit or if your hit's going to knock them out, then you should probably check the damage calculator. The Grimmsnarl is finally going to go down here, so we can start setting up with Calm Mind if we need to. We get a nice little freeze, doesn't matter because Hyper Voice will drop him here. I wonder if it's even worth setting up. We do have a lead. It might be better to just keep attacking at this point. I'm not sure if -1 Hyper Voice plus Blizzard knocks out the T-Tar. He is down to his last two, so the weather will always be snow now. He's not going to get his sand back up. Okay, he forfeits, so we have made it to Master Rank, guys. Good to do it against another weather team as well. I feel like you guys are going to see a lot of weather teams on the ladder in every tier. But yeah guys, this shows that you don't need a Switch or Pokemon Home or even any experience to be able to get to the Master Ball rank. Leave a big like on the video and subscribe if you found it helpful, and like I said, I'm going to leave the team code with you guys. I'm not sure how to actually share it. I'll do that now. I think we just click it and we should be able to share the code. Let's see. That's the early version there guys, the bad Life Form Gengar version. This new version with Raichu is way better. And let me know how you get on with it if you try it. So I'm going to share. Also let me know if there's any changes you would make. I think this is the best version. Definitely Raichu Y over Raichu X was doing way better, way more consistent. So there we go guys, there's the code. And let me know which Pokemon you want me to try out next. I'm thinking Mega Staraptor, but let me know guys. There's definitely lots of interesting options in this format. So leave all your suggestions below and I'll try to do as many of them as I can. Also tell me if you're interested in me trying to make a climb for the champion tier. I know that's way harder to get to, and honestly I think for like a beginner it's going to be a lot harder. Even though we did get to Master Ball, getting to champion might actually take a lot longer. Even though it's only a 1 tier jump, I think the jump between Master Ball and champion is way bigger than the jump between like maybe Great Ball and Master Ball. It's way bigger than that jump. But let me know guys, I'll definitely give it a shot if that's what the people want to see. We actually have 1800 ELO. I don't know why we can suddenly see that now, but that's pretty good. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. I'm going to be back in both singles and champs with some insane tech, and I will see you in the next one.